And did you find early on that you were comfortable on stage, even without any training?
Oh, yes. I don't know why, but I was. And when people were so surprised when I left the screen and went back to the stage that I felt so completely at home. I always felt I belonged there. I don't know why. It had nothing to do with the family.
Yeah.
And it was strange because I actually was a very shy person. And the minute I was on the stage and I was playing a part, I was completely comfortable. Very strange. I never understood that.
No, it's just...
I used to absolutely die when I had to walk into a living room with strange people. And there I was happy.
Yes, it shows you have a natural gift for it.
Well, I guess so.
Yes, yes. And in order to get those early roles, after you did the first play written by Ann Morrison, did you have an agent who took you around to the different producers?
No. No, in those days there was a big agency, and I think they got me something. I don't remember exactly, but the second part that I got was because of a French woman who was my piano teacher, and she had become a character actress. She came from a well-known musical family in France, and she was playing this character part. And they needed the ingenue. They wanted an ingenue who looked Italian. It was a play about puppeteers.
Yes.
And I had dark eyes, dark hair, so I got it. And it was called The Marionette Man.
Yes, I remember.
And it was a flop. But I kept on going. Once you get your foot in. And, as I say, the smell of grease paint, if it gets you.
Yes, and you didn't get discouraged when some of the plays closed early.
No, I just went on to the next one. And I went on the road.
Yes.
And I just loved every minute of it. I was very lucky,
yeah.
I must say, very lucky, because I actually knew very few people in the theater. But one thing led to another.
Yes.
You know, I was on the road with this all-star cast playing a very small part, and as a matter of fact, the star was what's her name? You know, who married Melvyn Douglas?
Helen Gahagan.
Helen Gahagan, yes.
Yes.
And it had been a big star vehicle of Mrs. Fisk.
Yes.
And we went to Chicago. And I was staying in a hotel that I loathed and earning very little money. And I thought, oh, I can't stand this. So my father said he would pay for me to go to a better hotel, which I did. So I went to this hotel right outside of the city of Chicago. And of all people who was there, but Leslie Howard, he was in a show, too.
Yes.
In Chicago. And I used to play very good tennis. And so I used to play tennis with him every day in the afternoon.
Yes.
And he asked me about when I got back to New York, who was my agent. And I said, well, I didn't have any. And he gave me a letter to Al Woods. And Al Woods was a big producer at that time. And he actually did a lot of English plays, so that's how Leslie knew him. And he signed me to a contract, which was not so fortunate in a way because I was getting very little money. And he was picking it up, you know.
Yes.
For instance, when I did the Theater Guild in '29, he was paying me $350, and he was getting $900 from them.
Oh, gee.
Yes, that was my contract.